We've been on the SQL series for the past 3 weeks. So we started the installation of the SSMS, no, 4 weeks rather. Installation, we talked about the overview of database and RDBMS. From RDBMS, we moved to SSMS and what the SSMS is about. Then went to installing the SSMS. Then from SSMS, we talked about reporting. And from reporting, here we are on the SQL reporting that we did D, DDL, which is database definition language. Database definition language. So we'll be starting today with a new query. We're starting with a new query and we'll be starting like afresh, like a very, very fresh page where we'll be kicking things off. So please, in case you have a question, feel free just to raise up your hand. I would acknowledge that. And then from there, we will go straight to the questions. I then take your question. This meeting is being recorded, so you can always go back to our YouTube channel and view it and then watch it over and over again. So let us then continue, or let's begin rather. Okay, I have two SSMS loading, or rather running. So I'm trying to close one for one so we can then go ahead with work. It's taking a while to load. Okay, then here we go. Good. Here we go. So today on today's webinar, I'm going to be showing you how to import a database into data into a database. Last week we talked about creating database and DDL, which is database definition languages. These are queries or queries, SQL queries that impact the database, e.g. create database, drop the database is needed to drop or delete the database. So today we're then moving forward into the database. So here, having created 2-3 databases here, the next thing we'll then do is let me show you how to import data into the database. Remember, it's not just only about just creating database. There's so much more to SQL. So we started with DDL. Today, I'm not sure, we might just touch a little bit about DML. So I'll write again what DDL is about. DDL, which is database definition language. Then the next one we're going to touch a little bit is DML, which is data. I'm not sure if it's database as well. Data. I think database, I'm not sure. Maybe database manipulation. Database manipulation language. Database manipulation language. Or I don't know if you have I don't know what the D is for. I cannot really confirm what the D is from. So if you can, please let me know what the D is from in DML.
Data manipulation or data definition.
Data manipulation language, right?
Yeah.
Okay, data manipulation language. Okay, good. Thank you. Data manipulation language. Yeah. But at least I know DML, DDL, and the like. Data manipulation language. Okay, thank you very much. So they are all of this. So I also want to say a very big thank you for Tony for holding the fort down. He took yesterday, Thursday's class. I was unavoidably absent and he took it to Tony. Thank very big thank you for coming through last week, Thursday. So now let me show you how to import data into a database. So when you pick a database, it is crucial you come here to this master here. You drop down and you then pick the name of the database you're working with. You get database AB. So I'll come here, click on the query, and then look for database AB. Database AB is here, and then database AB. If you do not put the name of the database you're working with, you're going to be running errors. You are going to be running errors. So I'll come back to database AB. Okay, let me increase here and see the tables that are in here. So there are no tables inside this database AB. File tables, there are no tables inside database AB. Because if there were tables inside database AB, we would have seen it very first thing when we expanded or clicked on the drop down option for expanded or clicked on the drop down option for tables. So we'll come here to task, and in task we are going to be going with import flat file. We come here to task, and in task we are going to be going with import flat file. So I'm going to be clicking, I'm going to start it all over again. You come to the database you're working with, you right click, you go to task, from task you go to import flat file. From going to import flat file, you're going to see it here. Import a flat file, just go next. It will ask you the location of the file to be imported. So we'll browse, and then now open the pop-up, and then we can then go to your computer and then pick a database or a data set you are actually working with. So I'm looking for a data set to work with. Let me look for any of my past data set, something I can work with. MX sales in CSV. See the table schema, DBO. DBO, I think happened to be, it's actually the only table schema here, so we just have to go with DBO. So after doing that, we click on what? Next. In next here, you then see a pop-up window that gives you a preview into the data, so you get to understand what the data is all about. So this data here, the first column is product ID, the date, the zip number, the number of units, the revenue, and the country. We only have just one country, Mexico. Then when you click on next, it's going to tell you to modify the columns. Modify the columns from any of these one, you can then pick the primary key. As we go further, we're actually going to be explaining the difference between the primary key and foreign key and the likes. So product ID here, this int means the data type is an integer. Date here says date time 2. We could just also go with this date time 2. Zip, the zip is an integer. Yes, unit an integer. Revenue. Now, because it's revenue says it's float. But we
Sorry,
can
we
change
can't see
revenue
your
from
screen.
float to money. Please, I'll have to unmute or mute everybody. We can change revenue from float to money. Why are we changing revenue from float to money? Who can explain or who can guess why I decided just to change revenue from float to money? Who can guess why?
We can't see what you're looking at.
Sorry, we can't see your screen. We can only see your interface for my Microsoft SQL Server.
Oh, apologies. It was when I started importing, it stopped sharing. So I'll cancel it and start all over again. Apologies.
Yeah.
So I have to maybe share my whole desktop then. Thanks for bringing that to my notice. So from task, import a flat file. So can you see the new window that is also sharing now? Can you see the new introduction, import a flat file? Okay, let me import a flat file. Can you see this import a flat file, SQL DB?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you.
I can.
Then you go to next. You look for where the data is in your computer. Now, flat file as CSV file or TXT files. Flat file as CSV file or TXT. Now, CSV are very, very light, easy, just a single page or single sheet of Excel to work with. We click on next, you're going to see a preview data, the product ID, the date, the zip, the unit, the revenue. Revenue is definitely cash flow, the country. So you click on next, product int, date, this, zip. Now, product ID is int. You can leave it as integer. This primary key and foreign key. We'll be explaining primary key and foreign key moving forward. Date, a data type is date time. So we leave it like that. Int, zip number is in int, which is integers. Unit is also in integers. Revenue is in float, but I always prefer to keep my revenue in money. You get float means it comes with a decimal point. Money will also come with a decimal point. Now, country, this N VACA. This N VAR. Now, this VAR means it's not VAR in football, it means variable. While the CHAR means character, means variable character. This N is number variable character. Now, even for variable character alone, so we can, don't worry, we are also going to treat data types in SQL now. It is critical you understand data types in Python, data types in SQL, data types in Power BI. Some people just tend to mix up everything together. In Power BI, you don't have float, you have decimal. I need you to know that in Power BI, there's no float, you have decimal. There's no float. There is float when you are then writing. No, it's string. Yes, there's no float in Power BI. It's more of decimal. You just see more of decimal. You just see more of decimal. So here we then move to next. After doing it, it's only revenue, which is money. I change the data type. I can also change the data type from date time to just date alone. Let me see if we have date alone here. It's just date time too. We have, yes, date alone, and we are fine. Because the date does not have time, just date. So it says this, and then work in progress. Work in progress, it is importing the data. By now, the data should be imported. I don't know why it's taking this while. I hope there's no error. Any question while the data has been imported? Any question? Success, voila, success. I was a little bit scared asking, this thing's taking almost forever just to import. Any more questions? Then once it has imported, you say success, then you just close the data. So I had to close that window and then reshare. So I'll go back again to take it all over again, because that is, I try as much as possible to ensure that these tutorials are very, very sharp, short, straight to the point where you can actually see these things and then replicate by yourself. So I'm going to show us how to import all over again. We go to task, from task to import flat file. Then I'll have to stop sharing and share again because there is a pop-up window there. I then have to share. So the pop-up window, click on next. From next, browse and go and find out where the data is in your computer. I want to import MX sales. Open, click on next. Okay, the table name already exists, blah, 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 blah. MX sales 2. New table name, MX sales 2. Because there's already one already, that's why I just have to put 2. The product ID, let me come back to preview data. The product ID is here, the date, the zip, unit, revenue, and country, and then I move to next. So here, product ID is an integer. So yes, we leave that integer. Date time 2, it is just date alone. So I'm going to change from date time 2 just to date, because it only has got month, year, and day. It does not have time, so there's no need for us to go with date time 2. Zip is an integer, unit is also an integer. Revenue, float, you can leave it as float, but anytime that's got to do with money, I just pick the data type money. And this mVACA 50, I explained that the VAR there means variable, while the CHAR there means character. So this is N variable character, meaning that these 50 mean that they are all limited to 50 characters. They are all limited to 50 characters. I'll explain much more when we get to data types in SQL. So I said something is critical as data analyst. You understand data types in Python, data types in SQL, data types in Power BI, data types in Power BI and the likes. They are on different tools in R, data types in Excel and the like. So finish is going to roll. Insert data. You're going to see success in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some seconds away from now. So please, in case you have questions, this is the time to ask questions about importing data into the SSMS. Importing data into the SSMS. Please, any question? Voila, operation completed. Any question about importing data into the SSMS? Any question? Paul, any question? Mr. Sean, any question? So remember, your database here has to be in AB. And then from this AB, just refresh a little bit. And then the tables, expand the tables with the drop down. See, you have MX sales and you have MX sales 2. MX Sales and MX Sales 2. You right click on MX Sales here and then select top 1000 rows and 1, 2, 3, voila, show. Here we then have the top 1000 rows here. It shows you the query and also shows you the table. Shows you the query and also shows you the table. Any question? If there are no questions, I'd like to say a very big thank you for joining today's webinar. The webinar has been cut down to 20 minutes wide, so you can just easily go to YouTube on our YouTube page and just rewatch it easily, because it used to be very, very long, but feedback told us let's cut it down so it's just sharp and straight to the point. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has made Dear Analyst possible today. A very big thank you to Aziz and Essential, Tony, all the admins that's actually been running the shows. I want to say a very big thank you. Yes, our newsletter did not go out today. Apologies. We are still trying to adjust to the normalcy of going out to work and then coming back home and then coming back to sit down for a webinar. Yes, the YouTube link will be sent on the Telegram chat page, or just go to YouTube and search for Dear Analyst. When you go to YouTube and search for Dear Analyst, you will find it there. Thank you very much all, and good night. Good night. Thank you very much. Olabode Onilere, right? Did I pronounce it well?
It's close. You try.
What's the right pronunciation?
Onilere, house of play.
Eh?
You try. Onilere.
Onilere. Okay, Onilere.
Yeah,
that's
like
good.
House of play. Yeah.
Yes, Ademola Ade.
Yeah, Adekileku.
Adekileku, as in I just hang there. I like this Konk Yoruba name. Adekileku, Ademola Adekileku. Thank you very much. Paul Nakoi, thank you very much. Sheung Anjari, thank you. Ova Zainab, she's gone already. Thank you so much for joining. Ademola was the first person to come. I had to wait a little bit. Ademola was the first person to come. Thank you so much. Joining this webinar really, really make me continue. Please always feel free to send feedback on the Telegram group or on Twitter. Just use #DearAnalyst. I really appreciate this. Thank you very much. Episode 78 done and dusted. Good night, all.